All right, let's talk blame. Immediately I pointed to Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy and his 4.8 quarterback rating in the fourth quarter. A lot of people pointed to Kyle. Then a lot of people pointed to the defense in the secondary. Where do you fall on the blame pie here? How does it divvy up?
I don't know how to divvy it up right now. I think I'm still a little too emotional, so I don't want to just be, giving out blame to people undeservingly. I think my friend Jaquaski Tart, that dropped interception. He owned it after the game. I don't look. A lot of people are comparing that to like Kyle Williams. There was 9 minutes left in that football game. Even with that interception, the Niners offense scored 0 points in the fourth quarter and did literally nothing in the fourth quarter. So let's say they get a field goal off that possession. The score is still 20-14. And there's no telling what the Rams do to go down the field because they had moved the ball down the field basically that entire game. The Rams had moved the ball with success. That's why they had 25 more offensive plays than the 49ers. They were moving the ball better. I thought the defense did get a little bit worn out, which was pretty impressive. I didn't expect the Rams to be able to go do that. I mean, 11 for 18 on third down it's unheard of. It's brilliant stuff. But my man, he does get some blame. There's no doubt. I think Kyle Shanahan, just being the head coach, being the play caller of an offense that scores,
having another 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. Yeah.
That scores 2 touchdowns in 8 quarters. I think he deserves blame from that standpoint. I think Garoppolo deserves blame. I thought he was pretty awful in the fourth quarter. I thought he played okay, actually, throughout the game. I thought this was actually one of his best playoff games early in the game. Yeah. I thought, the throw to Ayuk might have been one of the best throws we've seen Garoppolo make.
Other thing, though, is that it felt like he was throwing risky passes and that the interception was overdue to me. At least watching it on television, watching it on TV.
I also felt that, but I think it's also just a product of us watching Garoppolo so much and knowing that he makes.
I've never heard Aikman talk about Jimmy, but he's got no respect for Jimmy Garoppolo. He's like, I guess there's something he does well, but I can't see it. Is basically his attitude, which is my attitude.
Aikman is the nicest tough guy in sports media. He says everything in a nice way, but he's actually brutally harsh in his assessment of most quarterbacks.
He's like a more polite version of Brian Greasy, who just thinks everyone sucks. I'm sorry.
But at least Aikman is much more accomplished than Greasy, who just frankly gets annoying sometimes on the Monday night broadcast.
So to me, I would put it mostly on Jimmy because when a quarterback has a 4.8 quarterback rating in the fourth quarter, what are you going to do? But to me, who started Jimmy? Who decided that Jimmy should have been starting all year? I think even the people that were the most conservative coming into the season, we talked about it all offseason. Start Jimmy at first, but make the transition midway. No one said start Jimmy all year. And the fact that the Niners did, to me, that was Kyle's decision. So you don't trust Jimmy with the game on the line? Well, that's your guy, dude.
I also do want to assign a little bit more blame. To me, DeMeco Ryans actually does deserve blame for this loss. And I think it's because the Niners defense did go against tendency a little bit. I saw them playing cover 2 multiple times in this game. One of them was the Odell Beckham hole shot right after the interception. One of the plays they were in cover 2, Ambry Thomas was basically in no man's land covering no one, which led Cooper Kupp to be isolated on Jaquaski Tart, leading for that touchdown. I know a lot of people blame Tart. I mean, he has a 2-way go. He can go inside or out, and he's a safety covering him to the back pylon with Stafford blowing dots. Yeah. Exactly. There's not much Tart can do in that situation. And then I thought he blitzed a lot more than what I expected. And he sent a lot of 5-6 man pressures, and they played a lot more man coverage than what I expected. And Odell Beckham and Cooper Kupp kind of ate them up on third down. And Stafford was standing in those tight pockets under pressure. And, Stafford's the number 1 quarterback against the blitz this year. And blitzing Stafford, that just seemed a little bit odd because they had so much success throughout the season. Just
his final touchdown pass was a TD against a blitz on 3rd and 3. I don't like blitzing on 3rd and 3 because the hot route is open and that gets you a first down. You blitz on 3rd and 7. 3rd and 8.
Yeah. I mean, again, he had a phenomenal season. He had a phenomenal season as a play caller. He had a phenomenal season as a game planner, all of that. But if we're assigning blame, and this was just off of TV watch, maybe I'll watch the film and I'll feel totally different about it. But when I watched it on TV, I thought that he got away a little bit from what his defense has done so well throughout this season. And maybe he was also pressing a little bit because he felt like his defense, this was the kind of game that his defense needed to make 1 or 2 plays to win it, because the Niners offense, really outside of one play from Deebo Samuel on a screen pass, didn't have much to offer in this game. as support. They weren't sustaining drives. They weren't converting third downs. They went 3 for 9 on third down. Garoppolo himself was pretty pathetic on third down. He was 3 for 8, 35 yards and an interception. And you juxtapose that to Stafford, who was 10 for 14, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. That's where the game is. One team had a quarterback who could drop back under pressure and make big-time throws. One team did it. And the sad part is the Niners' offensive line held up in this game against Von Miller and Leonard Floyd and Aaron Donald. They played their asses off. Trent Williams played his ass off with hurt ankle.